Welcome back to the Middle Name Busy Show. I'm your host, P.Busy. Previously, I spoke on the power of gratitude, choice, and your why. If you never heard that, be sure to double back, go check it out, because I broke down 3 very powerful and fundamental things that's kept me going whenever I felt like quitting. And it's only 6 minutes long as well. In this quick episode, I want to cover ownership, taking ownership of everything in your life. A lot of us are guilty of when things go wrong, we like to blame everyone else and everything else but ourselves. That's our biggest downfall. This takes me back to what I was saying in yesterday's episode. We've all been given choice when we realize that everything that's happening right this second is the product of choices that we made in the past, whether it's a minute, a week, a month, a year ago. Everything that's happening right now is because of choices that we made back then. So that must mean that any choices that we make right now are going to predict our future. So it's time to take ownership. All this blaming everyone else and everything else but ourselves, all that's doing is taking the easy way out. There's no lesson in that. So all that's doing is making us feel good when we feel bad. Of course, that's what life's all about, making ourselves feel good. But think about it. What happens when you don't learn from a mistake? You're going to make that mistake again. Then you're going to feel bad again. Then what are you going to do? Shift the blame again and make the mistake again, feel bad again, go around in that circle. So when we take ownership of our actions, good and especially bad, that's when we can reflect on them. We can analyze the mistake that we've made. We can learn from it. I remember a page from The Secret Power by Rhonda Bryan. It's all about, without bad, we wouldn't know what good feels like. So we need the bad, but when we don't take ownership of the bad, then we're not about to learn from it. Bottom line. Anyone that's successful, I can assure you that they are people that's taken ownership of everything. They've learned from every mistake that they've made and they've taken it all into consideration and gone for gold. They never quitted. All of these people took ownership of their actions and they're in higher and better places now. As this podcast grows, I want to be interviewing people in higher and better places. People that got to there from the floor, people that never gave up. And obviously myself, I'm not no millionaire. I'm nowhere near where I want to be in success. As I've said in a previous podcast, this is my passion. I like to elevate people, even if it means that I'm elevating people right from the bottom. Obviously, I've been taking ownership of my actions for years now, so I know that this is an attribute that we all need to have to get ourselves off of the floor. But I'm sure when I interview these people that's with self-made success, I'm sure their stories are gonna have a lot of that involved. Even for example, like you're late to somewhere. Oh, sorry, the buses were late, or you're not taking ownership of that, so you're gonna be late next time. You had the choice to leave earlier. You had the choice to check bus times from morning to see if there's any cancellations en route for trains and stuff like that. You had these choices. So instead of taking ownership straight away, we're blaming the buses and the trains and the transport and the traffic, when we had time and choices to make being late not happen. Or imagine you're working with someone or a group of people on a project with a deadline. Just one person is a nightmare, always showing up late, not sticking to agreements, making everyone else's life hard for them. Now, the deadline comes and the project's not finished, it's failed, like there's no turning back. Of course, we're blaming the guy that's always late and like slowing down the team, but we had choices as well. Do you get it? Like, we had the choice to check this guy at the door to see if he's up to the services that we require from him, or work harder, all of us as a team, to make up for his setbacks. We've had all these choices, so taking ownership will get a lot more done as well, whether we're by ourselves, as a co-partnership, or as a team. So ownership is one of the most powerfulest things on our way up, on this come up from the floor. So bear that in mind. I'm busy. Middle name Busy Show. And before I leave, none of this is scripted or rehearsed. It's all from the bottom of the heart and the top of the dome. I just hope that the message is strong. I'm out.